Hello students, how are you all? I hope everyone is keeping their mouth and face clean, maintaining social distance in this pandemic era. Students, today we will start with the very first chapter of class 12th, Bookkeeping and Accountancy. The name of the chapter is Introduction to Partnership and Partnership Final Accounts. This chapter is very much interesting, easy and important. So, let's start. Students, partnership is an organization where two or more persons come together to carry on a business to share profit and loss. According to Professor Handy, partnership is the relation between persons to make contract to carry on lawful business with a view to earn profit. So students, this is the meaning of partnership. पार्टनरशिप का मतलब क्या होता है स्टूडेंट्स? मिनिमम 2 पार्टनर्स होने चाहिए, तो 2 लोग मिलकर एक बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. ऑब्वियसली उनका मोटिव क्या होता है? प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस शेयर करना. एंड वन प्रोफेसर हैंडी हैज़ गिवन अ वेरी सिंपल डेफिनेशन दैट इट इज़ द रिलेशन बिटवीन पर्सन टू मेक कॉन्ट्रैक्ट टू डू सम लॉफुल बिजनेस. So this was the meaning. Now we will see the next point. Before starting with the accounts, calculation, preparing balance sheet, trading account, P&L, capital account, first we have to see the meaning of it, the theoretical part of it. Once you understand the theoretical part, it will become easy for you to solve the problems, to do the accounts work. Okay, now let's continue. Next point is features of partnership firm. So this organization, this partnership firm has some features. There are 9 features. 9 important features are: first, agreement. Now what do you mean by agreement, students? Agreement is nothing but again the contract which is signed by the agreed partners. It can be oral or written. When it is done on a written agreement, it is known as partnership deed. D-E-E-D, deed. Next feature is number of partners. As I said, minimum 2 partners are required to start any business. It can be more than 2 as per the Companies Act 2013, which was amended in the year 2014, means little bit changes in that act. Third is lawful business. Obviously any business which is carried on by the partners, it should be lawful. It means you cannot do any business which is not allowed by your state or by your city, not any illegal business. Fourth, sharing of profit and losses. Obviously when 2 partners or more than 2 partners are coming together, they are focusing on profit, their focus is to expand the business. So obviously the sharing of profit and loss will be equal as per the agreement done by both the partners, maybe sometime equal or maybe any ratio. Next is unlimited liability. Obviously all the partners in the company are having unlimited liabilities. It means they are liable for the last rupee in their pocket. They have to deal with every losses. They have to deal with all the problems whatever is coming in the business. So that is why the liabilities of all the partners are unlimited. But many a times if the agreement has done in a given ratio, then according to that ratio the liabilities are distributed. Next is registration. Obviously when you are coming into a contract, the registration becomes compulsory. But if I talk about the partnership firm, the registration is compulsory only in the state of Maharashtra with effect from 1st April 2005. As per this, you have to register if you are starting any business as a partnership firm in Maharashtra. Next is joint ownership and management. Obviously every partner is a joint owner of this firm, and no one can use the property for personal use. Every partner have equal rights. Every partners are equal responsible to manage their business. Next is principal and agent. Again each partner is the principal of his company in front of the outsiders with whom they will deal, and the partners with each other, they are acting as an agent. Last point, dissolution. What do you mean by dissolution? It means in partnership firm, if due to some any circumstance or situation, if they have to close down the company, they have to dissolve the company, then they have to give 14 days notice in advance. This is one reason. There can be other reason as well, like if the partner dies or retires or due to any reason the firm can come to an end. Okay, so this was the features. Now next is partnership deed. Partnership deed is the document which is containing the agreement which is done by the partners. You can see the stamp duty page, Indian non-judicial ₹100. This is partnership deed. In this you will get the information about name and address of the firm, address of all partners, their partnership duration for 1 year, for 2 years, for 3 years, what they have, how much capital they have contributed. That specific amount information will be given in the deed partnership. What are the rights, duties and liabilities of the partner? What if anyone retires? What if they have to add or admit some new partner in the company? What will be the rate of interest on capital drawings? What will be the salaries commission to each partners? This all contents are there in the partnership deed. So it is an important document when this agreement is done. So this is known as partnership deed. Why it is important already I have explained, but again let's see the further point. It is related to partnership deed only. They have given what will be the provisions of the Indian Partnership Act 1922. For example, many a times new rules or something happens, the situations whatever happens in the company, many a times it has not been mentioned in the partnership deed contract. So for this provisions comes into to play an important role. So let's see what issues can come in the business and how it can be solved through provisions of Indian Partnership Act 1932. So what issues can become? Distribution of profit, related to profit. If they have not mentioned any ratio, then obviously how this will be resolved, that every partner will get equal share. Second, interest on drawings. As per this provision, if there is no date mentioned of any drawings taken by any partner, drawing means for personal use, anything, so they will take on average 6-month interest charge on drawing if there is no date mentioned. Interest on partner's loan. If any partner has brought loan amount into his business, then rate of interest, if not given, then again it will be by default 6% per annum, that is yearly charge. Next is interest on capital. If the partnership deed has not mentioned any interest on the capital, then the interest is not allowed. Next is salary or commission to partners. As per this provision, any salary or remuneration made to the partners comes under the Partnership Act 1932. If they have made any provision, then according to that they have to give the salary or commission. Next, admission of a new partner. Obviously in this beginning they would have not mentioned about new partner criteria, any rules. So as per these provisions they can solve the issue and can admit a new partner as well. So this was some theoretical parts, some definition, meaning, features, resolution regarding to any business. Now next point is methods of capital account. Now from here you have to pay attention, because here you will understood what tables we have to made in this chapter, how the journal entries will be created and everything. So see, now methods of capital account. Capital means, in a very simple language, money or cash brought by the partner for the business activities. So in this chapter, how methods of capital account are calculated. First thing, methods of capital account. In this we have two further divisions. One is fixed capital method, another is fluctuating capital method. These two are methods to calculate the capital account. Under fixed capital method we have capital account, current account, and under fluctuating capital method we have capital account. What is fixed capital method? In this method the partner's capital remains the same till the financial year. It means if the partner has brought, for example, 5 lakh rupees in the beginning of the year, this amount will be same till the financial year, that is March next year. Here no addition, no subtraction can be made. Now how this fixed capital method looks and what posting we will do, you can see on the screen. First, partner's capital account, debit side, credit as particulars amount, particulars amount. If you will see the debit side, the to balance carried down, whatever balance has been brought Credit side, what he will post by balance brought down. For example, whatever additional capital the partner has brought, any asset he has brought, that all will come on the credit side. And how we will do the journal entries, again on the screen you can see the journal entries table. You just have to see once after this video as well, so that you understood. Okay, journal entries. First, if any additional capital is brought by the partners, how this entry will be passed? See, it will be cash or bank account debit to partners capital account credit. What if capital amount is brought by a partner but not in form of cash but in form of assets? Then the entry will be asset account debit to partners capital account. Now second part, partners current account. Partners current account is made for all this transaction. What are the transaction? If any drawings made by the partner, any goods or asset taken over by partner, interest on partners capital, on partners drawing, salary commission to the partners, and distribution of profit and loss. For all this we prepare partners current account. Here again you have to focus on the posting. Debit side we will put the drawing amount, that is to drawing account, how much to interest on drawing, to profit and loss account if it is in loss. It means if you will get the final amount in loss, you will put it on the debit side. If you will get profit, then you will post it on the credit side. And whatever other remaining thing on credit side will be by interest on capital, whatever it was decided, that will come on the credit side. Salaries account credit side, commission credit side. So basically credit side will be all about income, debit side will be all about expense, like we do in P&L account. That we will further try to understand. Okay, now again the journal entries for partners current account, you have to go through all these journal entries. Now see what effects will come in P&L account when we will prepare the final accounts. Now second was fluctuating capital method. In fluctuating capital method, the partner's capital amount changes every year. That is why this is known as fluctuating capital method. Here see the posting on the debit side, interest on drawing account. Again same thing, debit side if it is share in loss, credit side if it is profit. And what other thing? Cash account, additional brought, interest on capital, salary, all will come on the credit side. Now you will see below, you will see some examples. These examples will be your homework. You have to solve this example. You just have to do one fixed capital method and the other one in the fluctuating capital method. You have to solve all these. After you complete this, we will start the main part of this chapter, that is final accounts calculation. What tables will be prepared in final accounts? Trading account, profit and loss account, balance sheet.